My name is Anna Maria Fusukomidi. I am a composer, music educator, and pianist. And with me here is Kate Stanton, a singer, songwriter, and the director of Music and Musings. Hi, Kate.
Hey Anna, thanks for having me.
Do you remember how we often had those very inspiring music conversations where we
Absolutely.
picked the parts of the music that we like and discussed why we like this, why we associate ourselves with this music and that music, and so on and so forth. Both of us eventually left the conversation with so much inspiration and new ideas,
Absolutely.
right, to bring into our work. So remember when you came up with the idea of what if we did that in YouTube Live?
Yeah. So, you have taught me so much about classical music that I just different perspectives. I had never viewed it or listened to it in that way before. So, my whole idea was just like the two of us, and we've had people on X and on Instagram be inspired by some of our conversations. So, I think we have a shared philosophy of a passion for music and we want to share music. So it would be really cool just to have these fun, friendly conversations live that we already do via text or email, and to pick your brain a little bit about songs and just to share with others. I think people will find it fun.
And you know what? It's not just music, right? It's always music in combination with something else,
Yeah.
some other passion in life. Like today, we're going to be talking about Holst and
Yeah.
his passion for astrology
Yeah.
that brought him to write this incredible suite.
But something that you and I were texting about earlier was how incredible how he wasn't inspired so much with astronomy, but with astrology. And a lot of people maybe know one or the other, but it's just interesting how he created each planet in this sonic way to represent that. So
It is amazing. And you will meet, as you probably already have met, a lot of musicians who delve into other subjects very deeply.
yeah,
I am guilty of it. I have, in my distant youth, I've been very preoccupied with astrology, and I have a very good friend who actually understands astrology uh, on a much deeper level.
yeah.
Mother is an astrologist. She went to classes, and she's also a pianist. So it's
Wow.
amazing how these music and astrology would come together. It's not just, a whim. It, it's
Yeah.
it's much more than that. And Holst, like you said, he was not very much into astronomy. He did not go uh, you know, uh, um, by Kelp's philosophy and newfound methods of music and how he was measuring it with the
Yeah.
planets, the distance between planets. This is not what inspired him. But actually, when you think about it, what inspired him also were the circumstances. It happened during the First World War,
Yeah.
after a series of failures, at least Holst thought they were
Mhm.
failures. So, his music pieces were not well received. The premieres were collapsing. And he thought there was need of something different in his life. So he suddenly went to something he always loved,
Mhm.
astrology. So he said, why don't I just work on the planet? So here he sat in front of in his, um, how do you say that? Padded room,
Yeah.
soundproofed room in
Yeah.
the new house. And he sat at the piano. It was right before or right after, around the time of the World War One. He,
1914. Yeah.
yeah, and he was inspired, maybe not in a positive way, by the events, and he comes up with Mars,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
bringer of war. And when you think about it, again, the bringer of war is very much a mythological name, but in this case, he just uses that phrase instead of having a program, a specific, because none of the planets have a program. They don't go by anything, just the title and the
hmm.
description, the bringer of war. Maybe we should listen to a snippet.
Yes. And I'm so glad you made that distinction because I first thought, without having that context, I first thought like, why would he start the planet suite with Mars and not Mercury? And then the more we got to researching and I learned, I mean, it makes more sense. So here, I'm going to share my screen.